I used to think that if I just worked hard enough, the money would come. It didn't. I remember getting my first real salary and feeling proud for about 2 days. Then something strange happened. The number that once felt exciting suddenly became normal. After that, every future decision started to grow around it. The apartment I thought I could afford. The restaurants I chose. The trips I said yes to. Even the jobs I believed were good enough. And that's why your first salary follows you forever. Not because it decides your future forever, but because it quietly teaches you what you think your time is worth. And once your brain accepts a number, it becomes very hard to escape it. Most people never notice this happening. They think salary is only about money. But your first salary becomes a story. A story about your value, your lifestyle, and your expectations. If your first salary is low, you may start accepting less than you deserve. If it's high, you may build an expensive life too quickly and become afraid of change. Either way, the number stays in your head much longer than you expect. And this matters because your career is not only built from skills. It is built from decisions. Tiny decisions repeated over years. What jobs you apply for. What risks you take. When you ask for more money. When you stay quiet. A lot of people think financial success comes from one big moment. One perfect investment. One amazing job. One lucky opportunity. But usually, it comes from smaller patterns that begin early. Your first salary is often the start of those patterns. The first important thing to understand is this: your first salary creates your normal. Humans adapt very fast. Imagine 2 people graduating from university. One gets a job paying $2,000 a month. The other gets $4,000. At first, the second person feels much richer. But after 6 months, both people adjust to their situation. The first person learns to survive on less. The second person increases spending without thinking. Better clothes. More expensive coffee. A nicer apartment. Neither person is wrong. This is simply how humans work. We turn temporary situations into permanent habits. I once knew a man who doubled his salary in 3 years. Sounds amazing, right? But he still felt stressed all the time. Why? Because every time his income increased, his lifestyle increased too. Bigger apartment. New car. Expensive subscriptions he barely used. He wasn't building freedom. He was building pressure. Your first salary can teach you either control or dependence. And often, you don't realize which lesson you learned until years later. The second thing is even more important. Your first salary affects your confidence. Many people carry their first salary like a hidden label. If they started low, they continue thinking low. Even after gaining experience. A woman I spoke to once told me she stayed at the same company for 5 years because she felt lucky to even have the job. Her first salary was small, and deep inside, she still believed she was only worth that amount. She worked hard. Her managers liked her. But she never negotiated. Never asked for more. Then one day, a friend convinced her to apply somewhere else. She got the job immediately. Her salary increased by almost 40%. Nothing magical happened. Her skills were already there. The only thing that changed was her idea of her own value. That's why confidence and money are connected in a strange way. Your salary doesn't only reflect how companies see you. Over time, it changes how you see yourself. And sometimes the biggest financial problem is not lack of talent. It's a low internal number living in your head. The third insight is this: your first salary shapes your relationship with risk. When people grow comfortable with a certain income, they protect it very carefully. Even when better opportunities exist. Think about someone who wants to change careers. Maybe they hate their current job but stay because the salary feels safe. Or someone who dreams about starting a business but cannot imagine earning less for 1 year. The fear becomes stronger because lifestyle grows around income like roots around a tree. I remember a friend who wanted to become a designer. But he worked in finance because the salary was good from the beginning. Every year he stayed, leaving became harder. His apartment depended on that salary. His car depended on it. His identity depended on it. 10 years later, he still talked about becoming a designer someday. Your first salary can slowly become a cage if you are not careful. But here's the good news. None of this means your future is fixed. The number itself is not the problem. The danger is becoming unconscious. Living automatically. Accepting patterns without questioning them. You can change your relationship with money at any moment. A practical thing you can do today is very simple. Write down the first salary you ever earned. Then ask yourself 3 questions. What did that number teach me about success? What did it teach me about my value? And what habits did it create in my life? Maybe you learned to fear spending. Maybe you learned to chase status. Maybe you learn to stay in safe situations too long. Once you see the pattern, you can start changing it. You can decide that your current lifestyle will not grow every time your salary grows. You can learn to negotiate earlier. You can apply for jobs that scare you a little. You can stop treating old numbers like permanent truths. Because your first salary is only a starting point. It is not your final definition. A lot of people spend years trying to earn more money without ever changing the story inside their head. And that's why some people with high incomes still feel trapped, while others with less money feel calm and free. In the end, financial freedom is not only about how much you earn. It's about how consciously you build your life around what you earn. And the earlier you understand that, the less power your first salary will have over your future.